Well, good evening everybody. Welcome back to part 3 of the Polar Lights 350 Classic Enterprise build. Just going through tonight and showing you a little bit on the neck. I've got it lit up, as you can see. Let me see if I can't zoom in a little bit on one section here. Let me find out where I can be here without getting you zoomed out, without out of focus. Back up just a little bit. I think the camera's not liking the light on it, so let me take the power loose real quick. Maybe it'll refocus. There we go. As you can see, I've gone through and light blocked all my areas that need to be light blocked on the windows. I have my red area there on both sides, so let me mock this up for you real quick and hook it back up to power, and then we should be able to close this up and get it glued together. There you can see we have a real nice, the real nice light effect in there. All right, let me back out again. But have the real nice lighting effect in there. Sorry, my lights are too bright in here for me to get in here, and show you real good. But you can see here that the lights are shining through real nice, and I have my red glowing window there, the way it is on the box, and all my blacked out windows. So, and all I did was just add those two sets of LED light strip in there, and that's all you really need. And so we'll get this glued together and get it attached to the neck. So now next on to get this attached to the ship. So next up, I'll show you what I've gone through and done to the secondary hull. This morning, before I left my house this morning to take my wife to work, I also had a doctor's appointment. I puttied the seams, and this afternoon when I got home, I sanded them down real nice and smooth, and I moved the tape out and went through and still had some roughness. I mean, it was still kind of a ridge down in there, so I put a lot of filler putty down in there, and I may end up having to do it again. But I moved all the tape out just a little bit so I can get these edges knocked off with the sandpaper real well. So I got the top side done. It looks real nice. So this is ready to be repainted. So once these dry a little bit later on, I'll be able to go through and sand it down and repaint it and go from there. So I'm just doing this while I'm waiting on some stuff for John's Enterprise B to dry. Let me grab something here. I'm gonna talk just a little bit about the decal, the Aztec or the registry masking. Let me get them real quick. You're not going to be able to see this real well, but this is masking I got from Cameron Lewis off of Facebook. He's got a website. It's called Cameron's Decals and such. And right here, you're not going to be able to see it very well, but right here are the pennant markings for the sides right here. So what I'll do is, you'll peel all of it off, get it positioned, and then you'll peel all the I guess that backwards E. For this side, it'll be this one here. That backwards E right there, you'll peel that out, and then this red, this area here and here, and paint that red. And then once that dries, I will take this, put those maskings back on, these panels back on, and peel this little arrow off and spray that yellow, and then we'll have our nice decal, our nice pennant markings without having the raised edges and stuff. So it's looking good. I'm very excited to do this. I'm getting real close to doing that. Once I get the main painting done on the body, we'll go from there. I'm waiting on some stuff to come in from my supplier for my lighting kit, and then we'll be able to start working on the nacelles, and then working the pylons and getting the saucer mounted on. Once I get the neck mounted on, I can and get all the edges and everything, the seam work done on it, I can mount this in and then run my power wires up to the board. I don't know, I may just keep the board down inside the secondary hole, simply for the fact that there's a lot of room down in there, and I want to kind of make this as light as possible. So I may just run the board right down here and put it, stow it back here in the back side of the secondary hole. That way, if need be, all I have to do is just take off the deflector dish assembly, and the board and everything will be right there without me having to take apart the saucer and run my paint job and all that stuff like that. So that's probably what I'll do with that. It'll probably be a whole lot easier to run the wires. I'll have to run my LEDs and stuff like that, and I'll start running them down through once I get the neck on and everything put together. So, but that's it for the night, folks. I know it wasn't a whole lot, and a big video and everything else like that, but probably later on this week I'll have this repainted and ready to go, and then I'll take you through and show you. I'll do one side off camera just to kind of test it to see how it is, and then I'll take you through on the other side and show you how to do that. And then we'll get and I'll have this mounted, the neck mounted to the secondary hole, and go from there. So until then, folks, take care, and we'll have another update on this probably in the next couple of days, and I'll have a finished video for John's Enterprise B, and take you through that, and that way I can get it together and send it off. So until then, folks, take care, and we'll see you in the next edition, and have a good night, folks. Stay cool out there. Happy modeling, everybody. Good evening.